Hello, friends. Welcome to This Day in Jack Benny. I'm John Henderson. This is not a regular episode of The Jack Benny Show. This is a recording of an event, a banquet in Jack Benny's honor for his 10th anniversary, from Friday, May 9th, 1941.
This is Spencer Bentley speaking from Hollywood, where leaders of radio and motion pictures are celebrating Jack Benny's 10th year on the air. Now let's look at some party guests. Here's 19-year-old Judy Garland and her fiancé, band leader David Rose. Over here is Mary Martin, the singing star. And here's Dorothy L'Amour. Now Bob Hope and Mr. Benny.
You've been on 10 years?
10 years.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Gee, I'll never forget. You know, I heard your first program.
Did you really?
Yes, I laughed so hard I almost dropped my earphones. Well.
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester. I hope you're not mad because I got on your tuxedo. So long, boss.
You see, Charlie, this is my 10th anniversary in radio.
Is that
That's
so?
why, and they're giving me a big dinner here.
10th year.
Yeah?
I could have done it in less.
This sort of testimonial dinner was a predecessor to the celebrity roast. There's a lot of ribbing and some mild language, edgy maybe by 1940s broadcast standards, but not at all as crude as the celebrity roasts that would follow in the next 30 to 75 years. The whole dinner program was about 2 hours long, and I've trimmed it down to the length of a regular Jack Benny episode. At the time, Jack Benny was at the height of his popularity with the top radio show, according to the Crosley ratings. And Rochester was also at the height of his popularity on the radio show.
Carmichael just came out of hibernation.
That polar bear was supposed to sleep in the basement for 2 more weeks.
Well, the gas man went downstairs to read the meter, and all of a sudden it sounded like feeding time at the zoo.
Oh, my goodness. Well, what happened to the gas man?
I don't know, but I doubt if we get a bill this month.
And Rochester was also a standout performer in Jack Benny's last 3 movies.
When I'm sentimental.
The original writer of The Jack Benny Show was a man named Harry Kahn. He helped develop the whole show and felt he deserved more credit. Eventually, they had a falling out. Things did not end well with Harry Kahn, but Jack got 2 new writers, Bill Morrow and Ed Boulogne. Listening to this episode, you can start to see Mary's stage fright, which would become more and more of a problem as time went on. She barely appeared on television. Jack got Mary's brother a job producing The Jack Benny Show, both on television and here on radio.
The Jack Benny program is produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
They also mentioned comedians Fred Allen and Eddie Cantor, and a popular song.
When the swallows come back to Capistrano.
So take your seat at a table among celebrities and enjoy the dinner.
Ladies and gentlemen, and friends of Jack Benny, the National Broadcasting Company is very happy to welcome you here tonight, and we appreciate your joining in with us in this testimonial to a great artist. We feel that it is fitting and proper that another great artist act as master of ceremonies at this meeting, Rudy Valli.
I've been a little bit envious of that throwback to the court jester that we dignify with the term comedian, and in radio, with its voracious appetite for material and its persistent weekly demand for outstanding performance, has made very few who are truly and indeed great. Our man of the evening is one of these very fortunate, unusual few. I could say that we are here to pay tribute to him, but those of us who are in radio and who know the National Broadcasting Company are here chiefly to see NBC get the check. Jack Benny, cradled in vaudeville, came up through radio, and the fact today that many of our shows are 30 minutes in length are unquestionably due to the fact that Jack was the first to take the 30-minute show and prove that it could be as great in popularity, if not greater, than the hour show. Jack proved, too, that you could lay off during the summer, come back in the fall and garner all your votes again, and have your listening audience greater than ever. Those are truly great innovations for which we in radio are deeply appreciative. And he has done something that I've always felt should be done, and that is to spotlight the others in your cast and sometimes let them even take greater prominence than yourself. And he does it with the greatest magnanimity, for which people love him. I want to present Charlie McCarthy and his dependable, Edgar Bergan.
Well, I can't do justice to this tribute to Jack Benny without my partner, Charlie McCarthy.
How is it, dull?
No.
Did Benny get any laughs?
No. To be invited to this dinner and to sit at this table makes me very proud. To have an opportunity to express my admiration for that great showman, that comedian, Jack Benny. I'm very happy to have that occasion.
That ain't the way you talk about him around the house.
All right.
That's right. NBC told him to say that.
No. They did nothing of the kind.
Well, I know they censored my speech. But I remember most of it. I could quote it. By God, I will. And he's so damn smug.
All right. I've known Jack a long time. As a matter of fact, we worked in vaudeville together.
Yeah. Between the two of you, you weakened it so Bob Hope could make the kill.
Yes. Charlie. Charlie, do you want all these people to go home?
No, just Jack.
No, all right. To go home thinking that you're not a gentleman, that you can't behave like a gentleman?
No.
That you can't censor your own speech?
No.
You don't want them to think that?
No, sir. I'm sorry.
Well, fine. Look how well Jack behaves himself.
He's rehearsed it.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Benny, we of the younger generation bow in reverence to your proud gray toupee.
No.
You are a great showman, Mr. Benny. You're one in 1,000. When you were created, they broke the mold. I can't say that I blame them.
All right.
I think you're very, very comical. Ha ha.
Yes.
Even though your Crosley may not be as high as ours. Even though your Crosley... Charlie, will you stop nudging? What? What's that? It's Crosley. What? Our Crosley isn't higher. What?
I say our Crosley.
It isn't higher. What are you saying, man?
Yes. No. Our Crosley is not higher than Jack.
It is not hired. Are you mad? No. He is a grand showman. He is... Are you sure about that? He's a lovable fellow. What is our Crosley is 31. 31.2. 31, yes. What's Stinkers?
Jack's Crosley is 33.
Yipe!
But I want to say in all seriousness, Jack, that the crown of Crosley rests on the head where it fits the best.
Yes. And believe me, Jack, if we can steal it from you, by God, we will.
These two personalities, like our man of the evening, were cradled in vaudeville. Like Jack, they came up through the hard way in radio. It's a pleasure to present Fibber McGee and Molly.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We just want to briefly congratulate Jack Benny sincerely on his 10th anniversary.
Oh, indeed we do. Isn't it wonderful, McGee?
You bet. Any guy that can parlay a fiddle and a polar bear and Fred Allen into a career deserves all he can get. And what does he get?
What does he get?
Yeah, what does he get?
Why, he gets a fine dinner and 35% off on all RCA radios.
That's really wonderful. Thank God they finally took our picture. It's really wonderful, you know, Molly. 10 years on radio. That's something, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's grand. I tell you.
How long have we been on the radio?
How long have we been on?
Yeah.
16 years.
16 years. What did NBC give us on our 10th anniversary?
Don't you remember, dearie?
No.
Why, that's the year they started signing our contracts with ink. McGee, I think we better sit down, dearie.
Huh?
We better sit down.
Why?
I'm hungry.
I find words feeble in trying to express the word friendship, and these two people are perhaps the dearest friends that Jack Benny and Mary Livingston know, George and Gracie Allen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gracie and I were thrilled to be asked to say a few words on this occasion because we've known Jack Benny all our lives, and we're very happy to be here.
I'm not.
And, of course, this is the first time NBC has ever honored one of their stars on this occasion. It's really a thrill. It's really a thrill to be here tonight.
I don't think so.
Oh, quiet. And if there's anything you want to know about Jack, I'll be glad to tell you.
Because nobody cares what I think.
Of course.
Nobody ever listens to me except myself. But you can't go by me. I listen to anybody.
I've known
I like
Jack
to know what's
all
going
my
on.
life.
I'm well
As a matter of fact, we've been handled by the
anyway,
same
I got
agent
my own
years
ideas
ago.
about this dinner. I think the whole thing is silly.
Fitzpatrick was the fella, and
If anyone's going to be given a dinner, it should be Mary Livingston.
even-
She's the one who had to have
even
this
in-
dinner. Mary deserves the dinner if I ever saw a person deserve a dinner. She deserves the dinner.
Mary Livingston.
Yeah, Mary Livingston. She's the one.
Yes.
Jack's wife, you know.
I know that, yes.
Poor Mary. She's been home cooking for Jack for 10 years. And they finally get a chance to go out one night and they give him the dinner.
You think NBC ought to give Mary the dinner?
Sure.
Yeah, the kid has been leading a hard life.
Sure, that's just because Jack is cheap, that's
Cheap,
all.
yes.
Just plain cheap.
Yeah, the cheapest fella in the whole world, I guess.
He doesn't pay her enough to buy peanuts.
How do you know?
She only gets a little more than I do.
Gracie, what about those diamond bracelets that she wears and those diamond clips?
Yeah, but she has to wear them all the time.
I say.
He wouldn't even buy her a safe to put them in.
He's cheap, yes. Cheap kid. Saw her coming home the other day with Jack, and she had 7 Lily Daché hats that she just bought.
I bet she had to carry them.
It's too bad, yes. Well, don't worry about Mary. She's doing all right. Jack just bought her a beautiful home with a big swimming pool.
Oh, sure, full of water.
Full of water, yeah.
What does he want her to do, drown herself? Poor Mary.
Yes.
She gets up early every morning, never gets a chance to see the daylight.
Never gets a chance to see the daylight?
No, by the time she walks through the 56 rooms to the front door, it's dark outside.
Why doesn't she go out the back way?
Can't, full of writers.
Full of writers?
Sure.
Got writers in the back room?
Sure, Jack uses them on the back room floor instead of bearskin rugs.
That Bill Morrow must feel at home there.
Sure, he does.
Yes.
You know, you can kill yourself if you step on his head.
Yes.
Very slippery.
Slippery, yes, I know. All right, Gracie, Jack is a big meanie.
Yes,
He's a heavy.
He certainly is.
He's a bad man.
Yeah. And look at Mary's poor brother Hillard.
Hillard.
Yeah. Jack ever give him an opportunity?
Never, no.
Let's have Hillard take a bow.
Let's have Hillard take a bow. There he is.
Hillard, very Hillard, take a bow.
Come on,
Gee. There's a kid that could use a good dinner.
Oh, yes, he could. Jack only pays him $500 a week.
Yeah, well, where's the advancement in that?
I guess no advancement.
Wasn't Jack's brother-in-law? I bet he could be working at the May Company.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Yes. That's Hillard over there. Yes, he should be very proud to have Jack for brother-in-law. Everybody thinks Jack is a wonderful fella.
What about Harry Kahn?
Quiet. Harry Kahn. I still think Jack is a wonderful fella.
I don't think he's so wonderful. I think Mary's a wonderful fella.
All right, they're both wonderful fellas.
So is Mary.
All right.
Mary's a wonderful
We
fella.
both agree, don't we?
Yeah.
Well, let me finish my speech.
Mary certainly.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're very happy that Jack has been giving this honor, and deservedly so. Jack has been the #1 comedian on the air for years.
I don't think he's so wonderful. If he's so wonderful, why doesn't he get a valet for Mary like Rochester? Then she can be the #1 comedian on the air, too. I think Mary
we've
deserves
said
the
enough.
dinner.
That's
She's the one who
plenty.
should have the dinner. That's it.
It's a pleasure to present the young man who popularized Thanks for the Memory, Bob Hope.
Thank you very much. You get on here according to your Crosley. I am very happy to be here, ladies and gentlemen, at this fine affair. But I really haven't much material prepared. I'm also working pictures. But it's a thrill being here anyway at this wonderful publicity stunt. I think this night may revive Benny. And sincerely, Jack, I don't have to tell you, does a great program. In fact, he's my favorite among the older comedians. And he's had a lot of rating for years. He never has to worry about rating. They don't ask what Benny's Crosley is. They just say, who's second? And I've been very jealous of his show because he has a lot of continuity. So easygoing. Continuity. That's French for let's go to Palm Springs and the hell with the jokes. And I know that everybody, listen, you folks must have heard him. He goes on 48 hours before the Pepsodent show. Fortunately for my writers, but it's really a great thing. I mean, we all know that Jack is a great, great comedian. And all I want to say is that when bigger laughs are manufactured, Rochester will get them. Thank you very much.
Jack Benny's film boss is a man of the Old South, and it is no mere coincidence that some of the best Benny pictures have been made since he took over at Paramount. Mr. Y. Frank Freeman.
The paper shaking in my hand is not caused by any breeze. Tonight, we of the motion picture industry wish here to thank our radio friends for the privilege they have extended to us of adding a few words to theirs in honoring Jack Benny. He is one of our great artists, too, and we are glad to tell the world that we're proud of him.
Had I known that the next gentleman was going to be in town, I would have certainly relinquished this position and asked him to fill my shoes because he is a Toastmaster to end all Toastmasters. George Jessel.
Mr. Toastmaster, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is a distinct privilege to be asked to speak here tonight. I have known Benny for a long, long time. Mr. Benny and I appeared together he was at that time Benny and Woods, a musical act, classical music in dress clothes, and the audiences laughed like hell. He then became a monologist on his own, Ben K. Benny. It was a vogue at that time to have a middle initial. Most people thought there was a profundity to have a middle initial. George M. Cohan, Sam H. Harris, John L. Sullivan, Ben K. Benny, and Chico Dice Marx. I have only one thing to say about Benny and his program because it's vital, not only to me but to all of us. A company of actors, Americans all, and yet all with different religious persuasions. Eddie Rochester, a Baptist or a Methodist. Schlepperman of the Jewish faith. Maurer and Boulogne Catholics, I believe. That's what makes it a great program. Because of the tolerance of all these people put together, that's what makes this a great country. Long may it live, and long may it laugh at Jack Benny.
This gentleman knows and loves radio as much as any of us who know radio and who love it. It's a pleasure to present Niles Tramell.
Mr. Toastmaster, our honored guests, I'm not going to bore you with statistics showing how many popularity polls Jack Benny has won in the past years, or how many packages of the 6 delicious flavors he has sold for Mr. Chester. I'm not going to tell you what happened to the gas man. That's for Rochester to worry about. But I cannot avoid telling you what Jack Benny has meant to radio. Jack Benny gave us laughter at a time when we needed it most. The night of his radio debut, there came to life a new comedy formula. A formula that we in radio call the Jack Benny formula. Never laugh at the other fella, laugh at yourself. And ladies and gentlemen, at this particular time, I would like very much to call on our guest of honor, Mr. Jack Benny.
Thank you, Mr. Tramell. If I won't bore you, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you why and how we all happen to be here tonight. Originally, NBC was not supposed to give me this dinner. I first submitted the idea to General Foods. In fact, when I was in New York a couple of months ago, I went up to see Mr. Charles Mortimer, who is vice president in charge of Jell-O. I say, why doesn't General Foods give me a testimonial dinner to mark this occasion? And Mr. Mortimer said, well, Jack, he said, we're strictly businessmen. We don't go in much for entertainment or social activities of that kind, but if you'll speak to your advertising agency, Young and Rubicam, and if they're willing to give you the dinner, we'll be very happy to furnish the Jell-O for dessert, I say. So I went over to see Tom Harrington, who is the vice president of Young and Rubicam. Tom said, well, Jack, we're in a very peculiar spot. You see, you're not the only program we handle. And if we give you a dinner, Eddie Cantor will want one. So I said, nuts to Cantor, this is my idea. And after all, I said, I've been on the radio for 10 years. He said, but Jack, he says, you see, you haven't been with us 10 years. You've been with NBC 10 years. Why don't you speak to them about this particular dinner? So I said, okay, Tom, I will. And he said, no hard feelings, Jack. And I said, hell no. And I left Young and Rubicam, and on my way to NBC, as I was walking down Madison Avenue, my brand new hat blew off, and a truck ran over it, which cost me $7.50 right there, and still no dinner. So I went to see Miss Bertha Brainerd, who is a big shot with NBC. And I put the proposition up to her. And she said, well, Jack, she says, it is a great idea, and it's too bad about your hat. I said, you see, we're in a very, very peculiar spot. You see that even though you have been with us for 10 years, we have other programs who have been with us even longer. As for instance, now Jim and Jen, they've been with us 15 years. So I said, who's Jim and Jen? And she says, they go on every morning from 7 to 7:15. So I said, give them a breakfast. I want dinner. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, to make a long story short, Miss Brainerd sent me to Mr. Tramell, who sent me to see the Western production manager here, Mr. John Swallow. So I went to Capistrano, saw Swallow, and here we are. But I am really very happy that we had such a swell affair tonight. Now that NBC talked me into this dinner, I'm sure that it was not only meant for me, but for all of my associates. You know, to have any kind of a successful radio program, you've got to have an awful lot of help. You've got to have fine comedians and fine actors, and certainly great writers. You can't get along without them. And I'd like to take just a few moments first to introduce two boys who have been with me now for the past 5 years and have written my radio programs for the past 5 years and have done a great job. Bill Morrow and Ed Boulogne. I would like to introduce next, ladies and gentlemen, someone who has been with me before I ever started on radio. My wife, Mary Livingston. Next. Huh? Oh, really? No, she'd be a wreck if she had to do something, really. I want to introduce next. Mary says no. I want to introduce next a very... You say something? Oh, she's terribly frightened. I want to introduce next my very good friend and very good announcer who has been with me for the past 7 years, Don Wilson. And if you don't think I pay salaries, get a load of that stomach that's there. I'm awfully sorry that Phil Harris can't be with us tonight. He's playing one-night stands. When he hits the town about the size of Pasadena, it stays a week there, you know. Next, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce my Charlie McCarthy, Dennis Day. Right there, thank you. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, a very fine artist, and I think a great comedian, Rochester. You know, I'm starting a new picture at 20th Century Fox called Charlie's Aunt. I'm starting it Monday. And Rochester won't steal that picture because he's not going to be in it. Well, I think that's about all, ladies and gentlemen. But I do want to thank NBC, and I can truthfully say this is the most thrilling and exciting evening that I have ever had in my life. I also want to thank my sponsors and the Young and Rubicam Agency for our delightful association. And thanks to all my friends for coming here tonight. Thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are two very brief presentations that I'm going to ask you. If you'll just kindly wait just a few minutes, I turn the microphone again to Mr. Freeman.
Jack, I have with me here tonight a little token that's been handed to me by members of the Motion Picture Producers Association. There's only a watch, Jack, but on it is engraved to Jack Benny in appreciation of his services to humanity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Freeman. Gee, if I ever get another job at Paramount, I'll sure be on time. That's one thing, huh? Thank you very, very much.
And President Niles Tramell has a gift.
Now we have something that is not
goes on all night.
of any material value, but it's something that money could not buy. It's a master key to the studios of the National Broadcasting Company in Radio City, New York, and a similar key for the radio studios in Hollywood, California. Master key.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr.